Hello and welcome in to Mad Talk with me, Michael Adrian Davis. Man, I hope you had a great week. Welcome back. You've got time now to call a friend, call somebody and tell them to tune in to Mad Talk. I'm Michael Adrian Davis, host, of course, the Michael Adrian Davis Show, weekday mornings from 6 until 10 on 88.5, the voice of Shelby County Schools, or Memphis Shelby County Schools as they're now called. And of course, I hope that that you had a great Valentine's weekend, and if you didn't, you can make up for it this weekend. A lot of things are going on, and you won't be having the pressure of the bullying for that particular day. I just say that because that's how I often feel that a lot of these holidays go that are man-made, and we should find ways to live life in a more consistent manner by showing love all the time and not on a particular season or a particular day. I know so there are some days that we give more credence to things than others, and I can respect that. I just simply say that there are a lot of mindsets, though, that we need to let go of. That's just my opinion. All right, man, I had a great week. I had a chance to go and host and moderate a discussion about health, in particular to Black Americans, those indigenous folks that are already here on Turtle Island. And of course, we are now doing a lot of things that really cause self-harm and self-infliction. Many times, I think 70% of obesity runs in the communities, and there are a lot of things that are self-inflicted that if we just simply be a little more intentional, that we can live more happy and productive lives. You know, the Bible calls for life and life more abundantly, and so we've got to take a hand in our own success. You hear me? I'm not scared of y'all now. I'm simply saying that there are a lot of things that we do that are inconsistent with what we say, right? You know, we say that we want to live life and live it more abundantly, but yet we find ourselves inundated with health problems that are constantly being brought on by our constant habits, you see? And there are just a few things that we can do a little differently that can really change that trajectory, and I hope that as parents we will begin to adopt some of those things. One is, back in the day, you know, eat everything on your plate, and I'm suggesting now that children have enough sense to know when they're full, and you should adhere to that and maybe save the food. If they say they're hungry in 10 minutes, you'll just simply come back to this particular meal. I was some great doctors on that particular panel, and hopefully I'll be able to have one of them on as well to begin to continue this conversation. But definitely we respect you, and I salute you wherever you are in your walk of life, and I hope that you continue to live your best life every day. All right? Man, we got a lot to talk about on today's show. On this particular edition, we're going to get a chance to get up close and personal with the legacy of a person that was a legend in the city of Memphis and really had a profound, I guess, effect on my life. Growing up as a young person, there were many times when I used my musical self-expression to continue to just my pursuit in life. I went to college on a choir scholarship, but that was still based on this lady I'm talking about right now, Miss Sylvia Nelson, as we knew her back then. Of course, Miss Sylvia Cooper, a longtime resident and, well, not resident, but member over at Mississippi Boulevard Church. And man, I tell you, she in the 70s had a program called The Golden Fun and the Sun Players. We are the Golden Fun and the Sun Players. Yes, we are. You know what I mean? Had, man, hundreds of kids involved in that over the years. I think about 10 years she actually ran that particular program. So instead of, kids with summer jobs digging ditches or working in some other kind of capacity, she then had a program with that Golden Fun and the Sun Players where we would come and audition, and then you would use your talent to go to senior citizen homes, to go to various places around the city, and even sometimes outside of the city, which was great for us to travel, but that would allow us to use our talents to bring joy, joy, to the older constituents in the city. And man, it was just a wonderful match. I mean, matching the young with the old, giving us a chance to bring that youth and enthusiasm into those places that are oftentimes, people are sometimes forgotten. Well, it was just a great look. Many great musicians came through Golden Fun and the Sun Players. You'll see some of those persons in tonight's show as well that were also influenced by the life and the legacy of Miss Sylvia Cooper. So we're going to delve into that tonight. Also, we're going to get a chance to just kind of hear about some great things around the city of Memphis. And I encourage you, if you haven't already done so, to check out the Brian Banks story. I'm going to let you see a clip of that reel if you haven't done so. Man, it's just a tremendous story of a young man who had promise and was really going well in his life. He had scholarships. He had, a lot of prospects that were looking at him in football, and then he was falsely accused of rape, and needless to say, spent 5 years of his life behind bars until he was able to exonerate himself because the young lady through Facebook reached out to him. You know what I mean? And then you'll see the rest of the story when you go see the rest of the story. But the big thing is, of course, the Memphis connection to that particular movie. There are a lot of great things that are going on in the city of Memphis. So stay tuned for that. Also, man, I got to say, on a sad note, one of my classmates made her transition, Miss Melody Hamilton Crawford. We lift up her family, her husband, her children, and all those connected to her. And the funeral is actually going to be on Saturday the 19th at 2 o'clock at Union Grove on Ayers Avenue in North Memphis. So if you can, come by and show your last respects. That would be great. But let's get tonight's show started right now and check out some of the headlines that Memphis residents may be talking about on this week on Mad Talk with me, Michael Adrian Davis. As a bill that would outlaw the requirement Memphis police officers and firefighters live in Shelby County works toward passage in the Tennessee General Assembly, many of the Memphis City Council voiced their discontent, but not all. Councilwoman Michaelyn Easter Thomas, who sponsored the resolution expressing disapproval, described the bill as meddling in Memphis affairs. Memphis International Airport officially opened its $245 million revamped Concourse B on Tuesday of this week. The renovation had been in the works for about 10 years and now features an abundance of natural light, wide open spaces, and other amenities modern travelers look for. Within Concourse B, it features 5 works of art that total more than $500,000 to commission. 2 of the projects include Heartbeat and Soul, created by Memphis artists Jamon Bullock and his friend, of course, from Philadelphia. So make sure that you slow down and you check out some of that artwork next time you are in the International Airport, or should I say the Memphis International Airport, and check out Concourse B, all right?
Can't you see what's happening in the streets? I pull my shades to a new day. I'm looking down my street block. My hood's falling apart like wet sheetrock. What would it take to make this nonsense past tense? $1 and a dream, I'm stuck with 99 cents. Would find a penny just to pick it up for good luck. Might catch me slipping and I gotta keep my head up. Now we can pray about it every day and every night. But when we gon' get off our knees and go ahead and fight. Not blow for blow right now, I'm talking about for what we know. If we don't come together, tell me how we gonna grow. Because these streets, man, we're the ones who live and feel it. This wrong for business, we gon' be the ones rebuilding. Big homie told me talk to him, and I just hope that they listen. And I don't blame it on Harrington, AC Ward, or Jim Strickland. We point the fingers at the leaders, but what about the followers? Talk a good game and don't back it up, just a lot of words. You Republican or Democrat, your skin white or if it's black. It's time for the grown folk to get in the streets and take it back. Y'all worry about the White House, let's try to build the White House. Cause in Memphis 10, we walking in darkness, I ain't gon' lie, the lights out. When the last time you talk to the youth, the world feeding them lies, let's give them truth. Instead of sitting back in your lazy boy and just shake your head when you see the news. They dying, mama crying, the hood getting the shirts made. Instead of snatching them up, then put them to the side, teach them right from wrong in the first place. All this killing unnecessary, future looking very scary. Instead of checking into homeroom, they checking into the cemetery. But we just leave them alone though, cause it ain't in our home, bro. I thought it'd take a village to raise a child. What happened to all the grown folk? I said, what happened to all the grown folk?
What happened to I gotta do it for my own folk, to build my home folk, to love my home folk, that I can let my kids grow up all alone folk. Ay, I tried to bang her, strive to angle, but aspire greater. You mean I wave a couple fingers, put my life in danger? I grew up, made changes, and called my wife an angel. I used to hate wearing ties, but ties require paper. Now I'm like Secret Service, so watch me preach this sermon. Can't grow the loss if we gon' leave them hurting. We gotta be what's in need. I see the womb, then watch me be a surgeon. I seen enough gangsters, tweakers lurking, and Twitter twerkers. I stand outside the screen like I'm Kareem. No dream team without dreamers. That type of thinking would be foul to me. We gotta soar, go grind, it's our time. Can't waste your soul on that droll, let's spark minds. What's up? Light up, once fighter, now he's a writer. The little crab in the bucket was chosen to lead him right up. Futures are getting brighter, visions are getting clearer. Homie, don't look around, the change starts in the mirror, yeah.
See, somewhere I heard that old men should dream dreams and young men should see vision. That's why we can't have old folk jealous of the young folk and young folk disrespectful of the old folk. Man, we gotta work together on this thing. We got too much to do. Can't you see
Spotlight turns the light on the life and legacy of drummer Howard Grimes, one of the pillars of the Memphis sound, and of course nicknamed the Bulldog for his tenacity behind the kit. Now, Grimes' career stretched across 7 decades, a critical figure in the early years at Stax Records. Of course, he made his lasting legacy as a member of the famed High Rhythm section, providing the backbeat for classic albums by Al Green, Ann Peoples, Otis Clay, and even O.V. Wright, among others. Grimes, who had been in and out of the hospital since last January, died of kidney failure at St. Francis Hospital. He was 80 years old.
I was accused of something I didn't do. And the truth matters.
Thanks for watching Mad Talk with me, Michael Adrian Davis, being brought to you by the Fantastic 5,000. That is a wonderful group of people who have put their money where their mouth is. Just $20 per month allows us to really get some of the initiatives done from the Michael Adrian Davis Foundation, and it's all tax deductible. So go to michaeladriandavis.com and consider becoming one of the members of the Fantastic 5,000 today. Big shouts out to our already existing members, and I'll highlight one of them now. Thank you so very much for your willingness to help make Memphis a better place to live for all. All right. I was telling you earlier about the Brian Banks movie, and fortunately I had a chance to be a part a couple of years ago to be a part of the Brian Banks movie. The movie, man, was just a really a good feeling here in the city of Memphis, and there are a lot of great things happening in the theater world as it relates to that. But Kathy Hart from 88.5, along with myself, had a chance to be a part of the behind-the-scenes crowd control over at Whitehaven Stadium as they shot some of the scenes for the movie. And of course, big shouts out to Tom Peter Shadyac, of course, who is an American film producer. This guy, man, I tell you, is one of the unsung heroes here in the city of Memphis. I mean, many of you guys don't even know. Let me read. Of course, he is an American director, screenwriter, producer, and an author, the youngest joke writer ever for a comedian for Bob Hope. Y'all hear me? Now that's going back in the day. Shadyac, of course, is widely known for his writing and directing the comedy films. Y'all ready? Ace Ventura. Yes, we love that movie. And did you know he was right here in Memphis, Tennessee? Pet Detective. The Nutty Professor. Man, come on. Liar, Liar. And also Patch Adams, and then Bruce Almighty. Some of my favorite actors in Jim Carrey and Robin Williams. Man, I tell you, this just amazing. And I had a chance to kind of get up close and personal with him just for a second. Hopefully we can get him in and get him on Mad Talk to kind of talk about some of the great things that he's already been a part of, but some of the things that are yet coming down the pike. And I know he has many things in his brain, and he's got his hands in a lot of things here in the city of Memphis, Tennessee.
How to carry it with light, to see the positive, to keep moving through it, to keep believing in yourself. That's what I hope you take away from this. I appreciate you being here. God bless you. The movie's only 4 hours long. Kidding. Hour and a half. Hour and a half. You'll be home soon. And I promise you'll be uplifted. This is Brian Banks. Thank you, Memphis, for helping us make it. Thank you, Pat.
But I encourage you guys, if you haven't already done so, to check out the movie, the Brian Banks movie.
Boyhood dreams got no place in a man's life. You need to concentrate on getting employed. Forget about football.
21, Highway Medical Center,
When I was young, it was hard to see a way out. Football gave me an option.
Brian Banks with the tackle.
By the time I was 16, I had the attention of the NFL.
The sky is the limit for this kid.
So what happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old.
when he was accused of a crime he did not commit. He lost 11 years. Scholarship. He was prevented from playing football.
The system is broken.
We have 10 months to clear his name.
If in that time they do not overturn your conviction, you'll be a prisoner again. I need something big, something extraordinary.
It's extraordinary that I'm still here. I'm still standing.
Yeah.
You ever been locked up? It nearly killed me.
How did you survive it?
Almost did. And I met a man who showed me a different way.
All you can control in life
is how you respond to life. I know what I have to do now.
My son is innocent!
They tried to count me out.
You think you'll get another shot at the NFL?
Trust me, we got a plan.
It's not over.
I am innocent, and the truth matters. I know the system doesn't care about me.
But you didn't deserve what happened to you.
Brian's gonna run out of time.
It's not over.
I'll tell you what's extraordinary. I am.
Wow, love spending time with my grandson and all of my grandchildren, of course, Haley and Trey, Michael Davis, and of course, Landon. Man, it just makes my heart beat, and I encourage you as parents to invest in your children. And sometimes as parents, we get what's called a do-over, right? We get a chance to, with our wisdom and understanding now, do a much better job of dealing with our grandchildren sometimes than we did with our kids. But that's just how life is. My mom often says that life gives you the test first and the answers later. So living through our grandchildren and allowing our wisdom and intellect to be made manifest through them is just a wonderful thing. So, man, I just love them to life. So many things in our lives have made us fearful of stuff. And we understand that we are simply spiritual beings inhabiting these earthly vessels, having this experience, then that kind of helps us to really understand our place in nature and in life. And so many times we get caught up in our individualism and we begin to think that the world is just about us, but it's also about us being a good neighbor. It's about us being a collective unit of people that are like-minded, trying to accomplish certain goals. And one of those goals is, again, to be able to live harmoniously with nature.
I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman's got nothing on baby. I'm only one call away.
This is our Rosine Bailey, host of Blue Summer in the City, heard every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. But right now, you're listening to the best jams with Brother John, right here on 88.5 WQOX, the voice of SCS. Go, John.
God bless you. This is Pastor Ronnie Strong of the New Independent Baptist Church, Coldwater, Mississippi. You are in good company. You're watching the Michael Adrian Davis Show.
All right, here's just a few things that are happening around Memphis and the Mid-South. On Sunday, over at Perion on Winchester, they've got Soulful Sundays, and it happens every third Sunday. And I'll be the host over there with a plethora of artists and great music and great food, and it's going to be a great time. So you can go online as well and get that information, and I'll try to scroll up something here on the screen that you can see as well. All right, y'all, as we get prepared for this final segment of Mad Talk with me, Michael Adrian Davis, first I want to say happy birthday to everybody celebrating birthdays or maybe an anniversary this weekend or this past week. Let me get you a song in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. here. Huh? Oh, Hercules, I'm available. Anyway, as we close out tonight's show, we're going to go and hear about the life and legacy of a very influential woman here in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. I knew her as, of course, Miss Sylvia Nelson, but Sylvia Cooper was an integral part of the city when it comes to giving back. And you'll hear that in this final segment. And, of course, as always, I encourage you to join me and tell your friends that the Michael Adrian Davis Morning Show is back on the radio on 88.5 FM, the voice of Memphis Shelby County Schools. I'm on every morning, Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. until 10 o'clock. Great fun. We'll have many things that you've enjoyed from me over the years, just a different format, plenty of great music, and, of course, plenty of information. All right? Well, as we close out tonight's show, let's go over to Mississippi Boulevard under the leadership of the Reverend Dr. J. Lawrence Turner, and we're going to see the homegoing celebration of Miss Sylvia Nelson. I'll see you guys next week right here on Mad Talk with me, Michael Adrian Davis.
Sylvia Cooper played many roles in her life. She was an actress, a playwright, a director, producer, and author. But her favorite roles were mother, grandmother, and what? Great-grandmother to those twin boys. Sylvia Cooper has been my friend. She has been my confidant. She has been my prayer warrior. She has been my baby, and I have been her baby. I have loved all the years that we have shared together. I will truly, truly, truly miss her. But she has one more award that she's waiting for, and she's getting close to it. She's getting close to it, and that award is her SWD Award. Servant. Well done. Well done, Sylvia. Well done.
The first thing I want to know is who put me behind Florence Roach. It's very, very difficult to come behind my teacher, but I'll do the best I can. I've been so blessed to study under and work with, since junior high school, three of the most iconic legends in Memphis theater history: Dr. Irma Clanton, Dr. Florence Roach, and Dr. Sylvia Cooper Nelson. They're doctors in my book. I stand on their shoulders. Miss Nelson was a senior citizen specialist with the Memphis Park Commission. She created a performing arts group called the Golden Fun in the Sunflakers. We perform specifically to senior citizens. Every summer, 2 and 3 shows per day. We went to every senior citizen center, every community center, hospice, orphanage in Memphis and surrounding area for more than 10 years. Golden Fun was a musical variety show choreographed to the T. Miss Nelson influenced thousands of young people. She poured into us. We are leaders in our communities today. I wish I could call a roll. You would be amazed. Miss Nelson gave me my first driving job. I've been driving professionally ever since. She gave me my first directing job when I was in high school, and I've been directing ever since. She saw something special in me, but she saw something special in all of us. Miss Nelson was the great developer. Oh, she didn't develop land. She developed young people. She built character and produced leaders. Don't trouble yourself with questions or try to reason why. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Death is Almighty God's divine law we all must submit to. This world was not her home. Miss Sylvia Nelson was just passing through. What makes life so precious? You want to cling to it until the end. But once you enter the other side, you'll never want this world again. Don't be sad for Miss Nelson. Her joy has just begun. She left us here to carry on while we're the suffering ones. Keep the joy she gave you. Feed it with love and care. Nurture it with devotion and spread it everywhere. Hold on to the memories, the good and the bad ones too, because this world was not a home. Miss Sylvia Nelson was just passing through. Toya, go on and weep. Steve, go ahead and moan, but your mama didn't come here to stay. Almighty God, he called her home. And I say to the rest of you, I said, this world was not a home. Miss Nelson was just passing through. And as you enter the other side, when Almighty God commands you to, your mother with that smile, she'll be right there waiting for you.
I wish the day would come when we all are one, living in this land, walking hand in hand. Wouldn't that be grand if we could all live together? Deep within our hearts, that's the place to start. There we can erase all degrees of hate. That's the only way that we could all learn to live and all learn to give and have togetherness, and that will be joy on every face. And love will appear. I wish the day were here, we'd be together, all together now. Let us make a vow that from this very day, that everyone will pray, 'cause that's the only way that we could all learn to live and all learn to give, all learn to live together. We've got to all live together. All right, all right. We've got to all live together. We've got to do it together. Come together. Yes. God bless you, and God bless the life and the legacy of this Sylvia Cooper.